What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Underdog Sports Podcast. I am your host, Nolan Skeen, alongside Antonio Fiore and Sal Lestrina. Gentlemen.
What's up, boys?
How we doing?
We're doing good. I think we're doing good. We got
doing good.
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. Happy holidays.
Thanksgiving?
Black Friday action. You guys going to go shopping?
No.
I'm more of a Cyber Monday guy.
Cyber Monday guy. I mean, Black Friday's kind of turned into Cyber Monday. All the deals are online now.
True.
I'd rather not fight people for my $4 bedspread.
Yeah, there's going to be no more stabbings at Walmart or people running down Target glass doors.
I need the toaster. I need it.
Yeah, there's going to be none of that anymore. They're all online.
People get so crazy for that stuff. They love it.
So, Thanksgiving is a great time for football.
The best day of football.
Best day of football. There's
Fat
always
3 games tomorrow.
There's always some good games on.
The worst is just when it's the first game and it's like 21-0 one team, and then you have to make awkward small talk. You're just like, I don't really want to do this right now.
I want every game to be good. I want to be glued to the TV.
Because then if it's a good game, everyone's just like, ooh, it's a close game.
And it's always on, dude.
Oh, yeah.
There's even when families that don't normally watch football,
they turn it on.
They turn it on because it's just what you do. It's tradition.
Yeah.
Then people play football in the backyard, and I mean, I don't, but.
Well, before we get to those games, I think we have some action last week we'd like to go over.
Oh, do we? Let's start with the pick threes.
Tampa Bay.
At least we got one.
Tampa Bay pulled out for us.
It was the first one
And my only win.
That was the freest money.
1-0.
We made jokes that Atlanta was going to win because we all picked them.
Atlanta can't be favored. That's the problem.
They overpriced the fuck out of them.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, come on.
Chris
Minus
Godwin.
4.5.
Chris Godwin
had an amazing
absolutely insane game. And most of it happened in the first half, too.
Dude, some days Jameis is just like, Mike Evans, I'm all set with you.
Yeah.
Today is your day off.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It was a Chris Godwin was
week.
on him, but obviously it makes more sense to, throw it to Godwin, who's almost always wide open for some reason. I mean, Jameis did fit in that pass in between two defenders. It was a good throw, but Godwin had a great game.
That's a special duo they got down there.
They just need a real quarterback.
Yeah, I was going to say if they had a quarterback.
That's the only thing that they're missing. The only thing that they're missing.
Ronald Jones has been okay this year, too.
Yeah.
Their defense is okay. They're pretty good, but just Jameis.
Yeah, Jameis, let's not turn the ball over.
It's just
he
one
racks
week
up
he
yards
does
and
this,
touchdowns,
one week he does
but
that.
he loves the turnover.
Because, he had 3 touchdowns this weekend, but he also had 2 interceptions.
He didn't.
Yeah, first pass of the game.
Any play, anything could happen. Like a pick
That's
six,
the thing,
a
fumble. He also loves fumbling.
Touchdown. He loves everything.
Yeah, 313, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks.
Which
Not a bad game whatsoever.
I think a part of it, too, is somewhere I saw the stat where he throws more 20-plus yards downfield passes than anyone else. He's had more attempts downfield plus 20 yards.
Would you say Sunday's Brett Favre?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. He just loves slinging it, dude.
He doesn't care. He has no regard for it. He doesn't care if he throws a pick.
Yeah, and when Bruce Arians is your coach, then...
Yeah, Bruce Arians is horny for throwing the ball down the field. And plus, Jameis probably doesn't care at this point. He knows he's throwing a lot of interceptions. He knows he's going to throw more interceptions, so why not just sling it?
Tampa Bay doesn't bring him back, I don't think.
I don't think you can.
They have a really talented roster, and I think they know that
Jameis is
the turnover man's really holding them back.
So do they draft one, or do they maybe pick up Cam? Or
I think it depends where they finish this season and what kind of draft pick they're going to have. If they have maybe a top 8 pick is where you're going to get your shot at guys like Herbert. I actually think he'd be a really good fit down there. I'm not huge on Tua. I don't know he's hurt now. So
that would be a good spot for him.
His draft stock is really going to go down. But I was going to say one of the places that I really do like him is Tampa Bay.
I mean, Arians will definitely coach him up. And you have the offensive weapons just like Alabama does, so it makes perfect sense to draft them if you can. I'm sure they'll be close to, if not in the top 10. So,
because they stand at 4-7 right now. They were 2-7 at one point. So
yeah, they've won a couple games. I don't know what their schedule looks like going forward
now. So, Colts, Lions, Texans, Falcons. So and Jaguars. So I'm looking.
They'll definitely lose a couple.
Either
of those.
a 2-3 or a 3-2 finish.
Yep.
Yeah, so they definitely should beat the Jaguars.
Yeah, most likely they end up 6-10 range.
Yeah, they definitely should beat the Lions, especially if Matt Stafford is. I mean, they just keep going week to week with Matt Stafford. I don't know if they're just gonna say we're call it quits for the year because they're not gonna do much. So, I don't know. They should beat the Lions, and then what was the other bad team?
You consider the Jags a bad team?
No, the other. There's another.
Falcons. They play the
Falcons. They should beat the Falcons, which they just did, which was the freest
and it's
money
Falcons at
ever.
home. So I'm sure we'll have another round of Bucks.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what other games. Let's start with the Thursday night game, the Colts and Texans. That was a good game.
That was a great
Very
game.
good game.
I mean, T.Y. Hilton needed to catch a couple balls towards the end of that game. That would have helped.
He dropped a lot of balls that he should have caught. That was crazy.
I mean, he was out for 3 or 4 weeks, so maybe he's a little bit rusty. But at the same time, your hands shouldn't go after.
Yeah, like your hands though.
Ugh.
No, you're a wide receiver.
Will Fuller had an absolutely huge game.
They just chucked the ball
140.
down. They were just like, all right,
Oh,
we're gonna run the play
loves-
where everyone runs straight, and we're just gonna throw it to you.
Whenever Will
I love
Fuller
that
isn't
play.
hurt, Deshaun Watson just slings that thing to him. And then Hopkins had
Pause.
2 touchdowns.
Yeah, what? Yeah, no. I think the Texans, they really needed to win that game to get ahead of the Colts, and they're definitely going to win that AFC. What is it? The AFC
The AFC South.
Yeah.
AFC South. They're definitely going to win the AFC South.
Definitely.
then.
I mean, they're only a game up in that division. I wouldn't quite
But
say.
like now that they have
Well,
the
you know who's
tiebreaker,
6 and
though.
5?
Tennessee
Indeed.
with Ryan Tannehill.
God, dude.
Jags are
Tennessee is
4 and
just so
7.
icky to
They're
me.
done.
Tennessee is the most 9-7 team every year. They
Yeah,
just
but
do it somehow.
They play the Colts, Raiders, Texans, Saints, and Texans.
Oh, I know.
Wow.
I know what my pick 3 is.
Tennessee does?
Yeah, they're playing the Colts this
Oh,
week.
wow. No, Tennessee's not even in the conversation then. They're losing like all of those games.
Maybe they split with the Texans.
They're beating.
they play
What do you
they're
mean?
beating the
twice.
Colts this week.
They're beating the
And we can
Colts
talk
this
about
week.
that after, but I mean, they're going to lose to the Saints. Actually, we talk about this is in Tennessee in week number 16. When good teams go to Tennessee, what happens?
Okay, I give you that, but if they lose all the games
It's a
before-
shot. They got a shot to win that game.
I know, but if they lose all the games before that, they have no shot. Maybe passing the Colts, but they're not going to beat the Texans
They
twice.
could beat the Texans at home. They're not going to beat them.
When they go on the road, they're terrible.
I don't know. I
The
just
Titans?
Ryan Tannehill's 5-1 as a starter. You can't discredit that. Like I don't know who they've played, granted, but at the same time, like there is good mojo. Like once you have someone in there that you believe in, like the team buys in, and I don't know. I feel it. I think they're gonna win this
I mean,
week.
they got some real solid wins. They beat the Chiefs. They beat the Chargers. Chargers, they obviously have a shit
They're just
record, but
bought
that's
in
still a
right now. Like they
roster.
had
The
They
only-
didn't
the
believe in
only win-
Mariota.
The only win that I really give them credit for was that Chiefs game because Patrick Mahomes threw for 400 yards and had everything going, and they still lost. So, like, that's the one. But that was in Tennessee, and when good teams go to Tennessee, they suck. But when Tennessee goes on the road, they suck. So I don't know what to make of the Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee's winning this week. That's all I know. That's
All
all I'm saying.
They might win this week. They might pass the Colts and they might get that wild card spot, but they're not winning the AFC South.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, that last wild card spot's kind of pretty up for grabs.
Open.
I think. The Bills are 8-3 in a wild card spot at this point.
As long as
They're
nothing
kinda locked in
stupid
there.
happens,
Yeah.
like they. I mean, I'm not saying the Bills
The
are a bad team.
Raiders!
Yeah, no, they should just lose like 5 games in a row
Well,
for
they
no
just
reason.
got shit kicked. But the Browns are 5-6 now.
No, we're not doing that.
That's something we're not doing.
There's no way. They have to play Baltimore.
Well, they play the Steelers this week.
Like they should win that, but you never know.
Bengals, Cardinals, Ravens, Bengals. They're at Pittsburgh though.
So where do they finish 8-8?
That's what I see most likely.
So
That would really suck for them because they could have had a really good draft spot with this roster that they have.
but now they're not going to make the playoffs and not going to do a pod.
Exactly. In the black hole of 8-8.
So the next game that we can move on to is the Patriots game, the monsoon game, where
Jason Derrick got his ass handed to him.
they just weren't ready.
They just I don't think they practice. I think Derrick gives them tape, like assigns them just individual work, and then that's all that happens. They don't lift, they don't work out together, they don't do anything.
It's so weird to me. Like the Dallas is such a weird team. They should be like a 8-3 team.
Oh, they have a
9-3.
Super Bowl offense, no doubt. It's just they
You
have.
can't even say that though. You can't say that.
You don't think so? They have a very, very
Dak
talented
Prescott
offense.
against good teams does not perform as well. Like it takes him a half of football before he actually starts to play.
But here's the thing: when they
He played
played
very
can't
well.
start
That
slow.
Vikings game, he played very well.
He played very bad in the first half of the Packers game, and you can say he played very bad for 3/4 against the Patriots. Like if you,
but they just don't prepare.
yeah, like that's
They
my
don't
thing.
prepare
Because
for
Jason
games.
Garrett is a dumbass. I mean, today,
I think it all falls on Jason Garrett.
well, Jerry Jones finally, after years and years of Jason Garrett shenanigans, is finally starting to be vocal about this and really call him out. Like today, I guess I saw that Jerry's itching for a change, and that Urban Meyer and Josh McDaniels are on the top of his list for replacements.
Urban Meyer, that would be interesting.
Urban Meyer, would he take that? Doesn't he have like health issues?
I'm sure he would take it, but like, I don't know.
That'd be
I-
interesting
I
to
don't
see.
know. I don't know if I could see him coming back to go to that job. Honestly,
Wasn't that the whole reason he left Ohio?
Well, he said that for
No,
Florida
that-
too. Was it Ohio? Was Ohio the recruiting scandal?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that was the recruiting scandal. I thought it was like health. Like, doesn't he?
he
Have
said that at
something-
Florida.
Oh.
That Ohio State thing was messy, but that would be quite an interesting thing to experience with Urban Meyer coming in the NFL.
Yeah,
Josh McDaniels, as a Giants
thought
fan,
everyone was
I do
saying
not
Cliff
want to see
Kingsbury.
McDaniels go to Dallas whatsoever.
McDaniels isn't like. I feel like McDaniels has something in New England like planned. Just
I do too.
like
I think when Bill's gone, that's his team.
it's something like that because I don't know what
he
other
already
reason he would
turned down.
stay.
What was it? The Colts job.
Well,
yeah.
he committed to the Colts and then backed out on it.
Just
Yeah.
Bill like came into his office and said like something.
Yeah, we got a deal.
He like
Yeah.
we
whipped
got a
his
plan
dick
here.
out. No, he was like, "Yo, you cannot leave. You're here forever."
They just brainwashed him. That's what happened.
Because I think Bill knows that he's not good enough offensively. Whereas, like, I think Tom Brady could do anything he want. Like, Tom Brady could organize the offense himself.
Imagine how bad that offense would be with like a bad offensive coordinator though. I feel like
Oh, yeah.
he's
Well-
like top of the line, and like if you got like someone in there
Best
who
quarterback
didn't-
ever.
Well,
They have the best.
I just feel like their
offensive
scheme-
coordinator and
their
the best
scheme is
offensive line
so
coach.
good. Like that's their scheme is what gets people open. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like it would be different if they didn't have McDaniels there.
Well, also if they
And he
didn't have
knows
the
that.
best offensive line coach, then
Starnet, yeah, the 1 year Starnetia was
I-
there. They got
I don't know what this offensive line would look like without him right now. 'Cause
just like it's a lot of scheme. Like the Patriots are a really good team because of like their players and their coaching. It's not just one thing.
And Bill knows that, too.
It's
He's-
all the infrastructure.
He doesn't get caught up in, like, the ego
Yeah,
as easily as some other people would.
it's about winning. It's about end of the year.
That's
They
all it is.
have the Lombardi Trophy. That's all they care about.
That's all they care about. And I don't know how many more years it's going to go on, but I think as long as that coaching staff is there, they always have a shot.
This is
Doesn't
the
matter
greatest
who the
dynasty,
quarterback is.
and I think any sport you could probably say
What did you say?
this is the greatest dynasty in any sport.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
yeah, I was gonna
It's
say
not even close.
Celtics
Celtics
in the 60s,
and basketball,
screw
but
that.
it's still I don't even know. Like
when they had every good player in the NBA on their team.
it would be
besides Wilt
it definitely
Chamberlain.
would be comparable, but you gotta think it's like salary cap era and how hard it is.
Well,
to,
there's
like-
also, I mean, there's the Yankees in the 50s when, DiMaggio won. Not DiMaggio. No, DiMaggio had 10, and Yogi Berra had like 11 rings.
Jeez.
There's
I think
that
it's
to go
just
after,
so
too.
different
But
now, though.
obviously it's undoubtedly the best football
Dynasty
ever. That's without a question. Top 4, I'd say, in all sports.
I don't know. I think you're right. I think it's the best dynasty of all time.
And it's still going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's still going on. I think we're at the tail end of it now. We're on the downslide. That's just
But that
what I
doesn't
think.
that doesn't mean the championships are over.
Oh
though.
no, absolutely not. I mean, as long as Bill is there, as long as Josh McDaniels is there, as long as Skarnecki is there, and as long as Tom Brady is still able to perform the way he is,
They're the favorite.
they're the favorite. And everyone's saying that, they're on the downfall. They're on the downfall. They're 10-1. They've lost once to the
people
best
that say
team in
that
football.
have been saying that for the past 8 years, so they don't deserve that attention.
They've lost once to the Ravens, so I'm not.
Let's talk about the team from Baltimore.
Should we get into them already?
Right now, they're the best team in the NFL.
They're playing
They
like
are
the best team in
team.
the NFL.
They're killing everyone. It's not competitive.
My comparison is Cam's 2015 Panthers.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's like the exact same team where it's just like play good defense, like play good solid defense, and just run the f out of the ball, like just every play like 8 yards. 10
I have a
yards,
bit
7
more.
yards.
I have a bit more confidence in this team, though. strictly because it's not Cam at the helm.
People were.
We haven't seen
the year
Lamar
Cam won the MVP.
in the highest
People
stakes.
were like praising him, like thought he was the best quarterback like in a while.
Yeah, and then when he got to the Super Bowl,
Is when it all
fell
apart.
apart. So we haven't seen Lamar in that sort of situation
During
yet.
that whole season, even when the Panthers were that 15-1 team, the entire time I still saw
But
Broncos and Pats as the 2 Super Bowl teams.
I
didn't think the Panthers were winning the Super Bowl.
I like John Harbaugh way more than I like Ron Rivera in that situation.
That's without a question.
Their coaching is very good.
This is very comparable to that Panthers team, but I have so much more confidence in this Ravens team than I do in
besides
that
Bill
Panthers
Belichick,
team.
he's the top right now.
You have to say. I mean, I don't really think there's too much arguing that. He's gone into Foxborough and beaten the Patriots. I don't know how many coaches can honestly say that. So at that point, you have to say he's definitely number 2.
Which is why, like, this year's so weird because everyone's looking at them like, wow, they're going to the Super Bowl. And the only way I think the Patriots can stop them is if they get home field advantage and the Ravens go up there and it's another it's a snow bowl game. And that's the only way the Patriots can have a chance of beating them. If they go up there and it's just cold and it's a regular night, I think that it's going to be a close game. But I still think the Ravens win.
We also don't know how differently they're going to be prepared for the Ravens this time, though.
Oh, Bill Belichick is already pulling out his...
Bill definitely didn't show his hand the first time they played.
No,
That's what I said
he
the
wanted to
last
see
time.
what their hand was.
Yes.
Because he knew they'd meet down the road. Everyone knows that this is going to be the AFC Championship game.
Bill's got something up his sleeve. That's all I'm going to say. And I don't know that it's going to be enough to stop him, but he definitely
I'm
has.
excited to see it, though, when it happens.
My guess, if I was teaming up against Lamar, it's just cover. It's what he did against Mahomes: cover 0 blitz, send everyone, and you just play man on the outside, which is what they normally do. But at the same time, how many times does Lamar have 6 or 7 people rushing him? Normally, it's like a 4-down line rushing him. So I don't know. I feel like that would be the best strategy to try to contain him on the outside without letting him run.
But if he breaks that,
then
they're in trouble.
yeah. But that's why they know how to keep their rush lines.
And the only person that could figure that out is John Harbaugh. Because he probably expects them to do that. So this is going to be one hell of a game.
It's going to be a great game. And then even Kansas City.
I hope it happens.
Kansas City could surprise everyone, too. You never know.
No, I don't think so.
I
not
think
good
another
enough.
Baltimore and Kansas City game that
Would be intense.
very intense, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs end up winning it if it's just a straight-up offensive battle. Because if Baltimore can't stop a lick on defense that game against the Chiefs, we know that the Chiefs' defense isn't stopping anything. It'll just be a shootout, and the Chiefs
Kansas
could.
City likes
That's
playing
the
in a
game that
shootout.
Kansas City
Yeah.
wants to play.
I don't know. They lost a shootout against Tennessee, which we just talked about.
I don't know.
What do you think that's an
I
anomaly?
can flush that one down the toilet.
Tannehill? Like, that against the Chiefs? Like, I don't know.
Remember last year when the Pats lost to Tennessee? Didn't they still win the Super Bowl?
Yes, but what I'm saying is
I'm saying
that wasn't a
is-
shootout.
All I'm saying is if you have Patrick Mahomes, you have a chance. It's not.
Yeah, but he's
A
like an
plus B equals
80%
C.
Patrick Mahomes right now. He looks frigid.
80% of Patrick Mahomes is better than a lot of quarterbacks. And with the
He
talent,
just looks so
with the talent you
fragile.
have on your team, and with the receivers that you like, with the coaching and the talent that you have, I just don't know. I think you have a chance against almost any team in the NFL.
I don't know. I think he's one bad hit away from like ruining his career.
Let's hope it doesn't happen.
I hope it doesn't happen, but that's just the fact. Like he looks like he's walking on eggshells out there. And I think if he's like that, I think that takes away from his talent because of his ability to run.
Yeah,
is what makes him so good.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I still think they're a good team.
I mean, if he can't scramble like normal, we know what
I
we know what his arm can
Andy
do.
Reid will figure it out, but I don't know. So let's see. What else should we talk about? I mean, the Bears and Giants was such a stinker game.
That was
I
not a fun
expected
game
it
to
be.
watch.
It was not. Nope.
It was on for a while on Red Zone, and I was just like, "Why is this game on?" Like, I don't understand.
Yeah,
this at
it's
all.
come to the point where I just have no motivation to watch any Giants game for the rest of the year. It's brutal. The head coach is a loser. He's got to be
staying
gone by the
fired,
end of the
right?
year. Oh, he has to be getting fired.
What, Pat Shermer?
Oh yeah,
Oh, definitely.
and they're 2-9. They were 2-2. They've lost 7 straight at this point.
That's so bad.
What if they just bring Eli back in?
I don't see any reason to.
Yeah,
at
there's
this
no point.
Why not?
Unless he what do you mean? Why not? You want to get the rookie reps.
I don't care.
That's your quarterback of the future.
We've seen what he can do. Bring Eli back.
The reason
more than anyone, I want to see Eli playing. If he says he retires, that he's going to retire after the end of this year, put him in there last game.
That's what a lot of people are thinking.
last
That's why I
game,
want him to play.
the reason he didn't play is because his record right now is 116 and 116. He doesn't want to go below 500. I've heard that theory before. For his Hall of Fame case, he doesn't want to be like a sub 500 quarterback. Because some people are saying he's not a Hall of Famer.
I don't know if he is a Hall of Famer.
Right. So if then you look back at his record and his team.
But right now, I'm saying. So if he retires after this year, do you think he's a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, he's top 10 in nearly every quarterback stat besides like passer rating.
I think you have to. I don't think he's definitely not like a first ballot, but I think at some point he should.
But he's gonna go in as just the Brady killer because he's just won twice against Brady.
Well, he's also been the fire behind two of the greatest playoff runs that we've ever seen.
True. I don't know.
He's a tough one. If you put him in, do you put Phillip Rivers in at that point though?
Well, Phillip Rivers doesn't have the ring.
That's the question though. But Phillip Rivers,
they both have around like the same amount of passing touchdowns, passing yards, and all those type of things.
If Phillip Rivers goes in, he'd be the best quarterback ever to go in without a Super Bowl.
What about Dan Marino?
Oh, forgot about that. Well, like I don't know. See, like I don't think Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer.
I wouldn't have a problem with Eli getting in and no Phillip Rivers because it's similar stats, but there's the rings.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with that just because of what Eli Manning has done in the playoffs in his career. We just haven't seen Phillip do that.
So yeah, I guess I don't know.
It's also hard.
I think Phillip Rivers should be a Hall of Famer. I mean,
I do too.
But like at the same time,
he may not get in first ballot.
All right, if you ask the question for the last like 8 years, who's the better quarterback, Phillip Rivers or Eli Manning? I would say for most of those years, people would say Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, it'd be Phillip.
I would agree.
Maybe besides like 3 or 4, it's been Phil.
It sucks too because of like we've never seen John Elway play. We never saw Dan Marino play. We've never seen those quarterbacks play. So we're judging off what we've seen in our lifetime.
Yeah,
it's hard because if you put Phillip Rivers and Eli Manning in, you might as well just put every quarterback that's been decent in. Like, is just everybody going to get in the Hall of Fame?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I get your point. You don't
like I feel like it loses its quality then.
But at that point, if you say Eli Manning's in, you can say it because he won 2 Super Bowls. Like, not many people can say that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So yeah, I guess you would be saying that no Phillip Rivers should be in at that point.
There definitely should be a set categories in which he has the Super Bowls, he has the passing yards, passing touchdowns, quarterback rating.
So like a checkbox?
Yeah, I think there should be. Yeah. And I think Super Bowl rings should be in there.
I think they factor it in, but if it was just like you have to meet these requirements, that would be kind of, I don't know like how you would judge that, honestly. It would be very arbitrary.
Yeah, I don't who even, is there like a committee that decides?
Yeah.
Yeah, they take a vote.
It's like the past players and like media.
I don't know, I just think like if you let too many people in, it loses its quality, because then you're just, I don't know, it's just so loose at that point.
Yeah,
because people are saying right now that Lamar Jackson's a Hall of Famer.
Well,
we haven't seen we haven't seen anything from Lamar Jackson. Like, this just could be a one and done thing. Like, what if he
turns into Robert Griffin in his bathrobe?
Exactly. Speaking of Robert Griffin, he's been getting a lot of playing time.
Well, when you're winning by 50, it's pretty easy to get in there.
I mean, he's looked solid, though. He might turn that into, like, a starting job somewhere else. What if he did that? Just based on them shit-kicking everyone and him getting playing time.
Maybe in Miami or something.
Maybe. If Fitzpatrick calls it quits at any time.
Never.
He's never.
Yeah, he will never retire.
He's never getting out of the NFL.
Father time. Seattle actually took it to Philly this week.
Yep, that was one of my pick threes.
I went against you. I went Philly.
Pick 3.
I don't know.
That wasn't one of your pick 3s.
Yeah, it was.
What did you have?
Philly. Well, my 3, Tampa Bay was my one winner, and then I had Green Bay and Philly.
You did.
I don't know. I just felt like Philly had to come out and win this week. Like, they were going to put together their performance.
I totally agree.
And just, I mean, like, they only gave up 17 points. And at that point, like...
No, you didn't. You had New Orleans. You didn't have Philly.
Oh, but
Oh,
I still
yeah, you
want.
didn't.
Oh, I still want 1 and 2
But yeah, either way,
God damn it.
regardless, you want one
because they didn't cover. Fuck.
Yeah, no, I had Seattle in my pick 3. I could not believe
I
that
was
Philly was
convinced
favored.
Philly was going to win this game, though.
I mean, you can say it's a bad line, but at the same time, I feel like Philly had every opportunity to take the game by its balls. Like
Philly was 5-5. Seattle was 8-2.
record's not everything though, and it was
But
a
what
West Coast
Philly-
team. It's a West Coast team traveling east to play a 1:00 game. Like that's a favorable
I don't care.
situation.
Seattle's different because they just see shitty weather no matter where they go. And Russell
that's-
Wilson.
that's
Yeah,
a
but they're
time
still
zone
traveling west to east.
I don't think it matters as much as people say it does. I don't think it does.
Did you see the Raiders this week?
The Raiders are different. We saw Arizona go into who did they play, the Jets or the Giants?
They played the Giants, but they
And
fucking
they played
blow.
a good game. So I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters as much as people say. I
Yeah,
think
but we're talking about a good team against going on another solid team. Arizona's an team that
So
went
are the
against a
Giants.
shitty team.
So are the Giants.
The Giants are not a
Giants
solid
are, like,
team.
A really bad team.
They're 2-9. Are you kidding
Like
me?
a really bad team.
Yeah, but Arizona's nothing special either.
They're a lot better than the Giants.
Okay, at the beginning of the season, were you saying that? Were you saying that Arizona was better than the Giants?
No, but I think we were saying a lot of different things at the beginning of the season.
Okay. Just saying. I don't think it matters as much as people say. I think if there was any team
The
that
numbers
would,
prove that it does though. Like the numbers say like more than like 58% of the time.
I'd say
a West
that
Coast team
I'd
travels
say that
east,
the
they'll
Raiders doing that was the only time this year that it actually proved to be true.
I would have to go back and look. Like I can't think of one off the top of my head, but like at the same time that happens a lot more. We'll figure it out after. I'm sure there's
Yeah, we'll look at it. But I don't know. I just don't think it. And like it proved to not matter this weekend because Seattle and Philly, that game was awful.
yeah, that
If
was
you watch that in game front to back, that was an awful game.
not a good game to watch.
Everything went wrong for like Russell Wilson and his offense. There was like they didn't have much going, and it was kind of like when New England and Philly played the previous week. There was nothing going for either offense. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again: Carson Wentz is not the guy. Not the guy.
That's a hot take.
It is a hot take, but it's proving to be true. When it comes down to it, he looks really good in the beginning of the season, doesn't he? He makes you believe. And then at the end of the season is when it all falls apart.
He had no Alshon Jeffrey. He had no Jordan Howard. He had
No Deshaun Jackson.
Deshaun Jackson.
I don't care. You can make up.
Nelson
Remember how
play?
good
Who
they
does
look?
Russell Wilson have?
Josh Gordon.
Yeah, DK Metcalf.
and Tyler
Okay,
Lockett.
Josh Gordon
And
had
Chris Carson.
Josh
Like,
Gordon had one catch for 10 yards.
He still draws attention. Does J.J. Arcega-Whiteside draw attention? Like he did single coverage.
I do not think that. What
Nelson
what about before
Aguilar
they
is
had
his
Josh
number
Gordon?
one receiver. Like
They still have DK
Think
Metcalf
about
and
that.
Tyler Lockett.
Okay.
Tyler Mc-
Well, who was DK Metcalf before the season?
not in the NFL.
Yeah, correct.
So, like, did you expect
Rookies can
DK
be good.
Metcalf
But he
to
was
be
a
good?
promising talent. Dude,
Russell
he's
Wilson makes him look really
6'4".
good. Chris Carson can't hold on to the ball.
That's not
He's
Russ-
still a good running
Okay,
back.
he's still a good running
He
back.
still
They
racks up yards.
Rashad Penny.
had a 50-yard touchdown.
When has he ever
They
done
have
that?
a good offense.
When has he ever done that?
They don't
It's
have-
against a bad Eagles team. When Carson Wentz cannot make them do anything. Even when they did have Jordan Howard. Even when they did have
So
Deshaun
is that a
Watson.
bad
They beat
Seattle
Green
team?
Bay.
Deshaun Jackson.
They beat Green Bay and Green Bay when they had everyone.
That's fine. But be a good team throughout the year.
When you have injuries, it's hard to win.
Nelson,
You should
you're not going to
overcome-
win when Nelson Aguilar is
If-
your number one guy.
Listen, if he's as good as everyone says he is, you cannot make excuses like that. Look at what Tom Brady has. Look at what Tom Brady has.
That's
What
a
he's
totally different
lost.
thing. We're talking about
He
Tom
had
Brady and the best offensive system
two
in
rookie
the
receivers
history
and he
of the
beat
NFL.
Dallas.
and one of the best defenses in the league.
Okay, what?
I just don't.
If that game was in Dallas,
So if the Eagles are
And-
scoring like 17
inside.
a game and so are the Patriots, so you put that defense on the Eagles, then they'd have a good record too.
the Eagles do have a good defense. They have a good defensive front.
Not as good as the Patriots.
They have a
though,
good
that's
front.
the point.
Not-
Their
but
only thing
not
is their
near the
secondary
Pats.
is bad. Their secondary is terrible. And then the Seattle comes in and ran all over them. They only scored 17 points.
I don't know.
When teams are only scoring, how many points did the Patriots have?
Against the Eagles?
Yeah.
17.
So they're only scoring 17 points against them,
Okay,
and they can't score.
I don't know. I guess.
I'm just saying, I just don't think Carson Wentz is the guy, and I don't think you can. Make
Once I see him
excuses
play
for him.
shitty when he has his full loaded offense out there.
Is Deshaun Jackson coming back? I know Jordan
I don't
Howard's
know.
gonna
He's
be-
like 40 years
if they
old.
make the playoffs.
He just loves getting
But he was
hurt.
playing good earlier in the year before he got hurt. He was the only guy that you can have run vertical because everyone else, Alshon and Nelson Aguilar, who can't catch the ball, they're not getting any kind of yards after the catch.
I think some
it's
blame
basically
goes
they're
on
catching
Nelson
the ball
Aguilar
and going
too.
down.
He's got to be better.
He was a second round draft pick or something out of USC.
Yeah, you can't be a number one receiver on your team right now and just dropping balls left and right.
Sanders has been good.
Sanders has been good, yeah. Well,
Starting to play a lot better.
Yeah.
They're
just
giving
think
him
it
a lot
comes
more
down to-
touches now.
it
Earlier in
comes
the
down
year,
to
they were
Carson
just
Wentz.
feeding Jordan Howard.
It comes
Yeah.
down to Carson Wentz. He's got to be better.
They're
I
not.
don't,
Things are looking bleaker, but they're not
you have
totally
Zach
out
Ertz.
of it.
You have Zach Ertz, who's like top 10 tight ends in the league.
Then they double him, though.
Yeah, then they don't find a better game plan. Find a better game plan. Watch the film. See what you can do different.
Well, when you bring up the game plan, Doug Peterson has not been.
He hasn't
very
been a good
impressive.
coach since the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was going to say since the Super Bowl, nothing too much to show there.
He just drank
He
too
hasn't
much,
had Nick
apparently.
Foles since the Super Bowl, though.
But it's not like Nick Foles is lighting up Jacksonville. Like, he just lost by 50 this week.
Okay, but he broke his collarbone or whatever. What was it?
Yeah, I think so. Or AC sprain or something.
Like that's difficult to come back from when you're a quarterback and all you do is throw. You know what I mean? If he's healthy, I think he lights up Jacksonville. You really think that he couldn't have done what Gardner Minshew did?
He could have done about the same, I would say. Like,
So that's what I'm saying.
I don't think it's but it's not like Minshew.
Two
was
very
lighting the
different
world on fire.
quarterbacks too, though.
Yeah.
And Minshew took over the league a couple weeks ago. I mean, he hasn't done anything like the last few weeks before Nick Foles came back.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything, but I don't know. Let's move on.
There you
What other games?
go. San Francisco took it to Green Bay Sunday night.
Yeah, and I said that before. I said that last week. I was like, they love hyping up these really good games, and then a lot of the times it just ends up being a shit game.
That was.
And that turned
I
out
was
to be a
really
shit game.
disappointed.
I was so disappointed. I really wanted that to be a really good game.
I thought Rodgers was gonna have such a good second half after
Me too.
He
came
wanted to
out.
have
Oh
a
my
good
God.
second half, didn't he?
I just thought he was gonna come out and throw 3 touchdowns and it was gonna be a one-score game, but they just got their stuff rocked all night.
So where does Green Bay go now? I mean, they play. Don't they play a shitty team this weekend?
I think so. They play Minnesota.
Yeah, they play
soon.
the Giants.
Yeah,
So I guess they could have they could shit kick the Giants to make them feel better.
what's the spread?
They're either winning out, finishing 13-3, or going 12-4 because their schedule is the Giants, Redskins, Bears, Vikings. That's the game they have a shot to lose, and then the Lions.
6.5 is the line.
Really?
hmm
It's in
In
New York. Yeah, it has to be. Interesting.
So what? You think they're telling you something?
I
with
mean,
that?
I don't know. That line smells.
No, this
When these
this
two
is a
teams
trap
play,
game.
it's-
I'm gonna stay away. This is a trap game.
When these two teams play, they normally Giants always keep it competitive with Green Bay no matter what.
No, this is one of those trap games. I'm staying away.
That's an interesting line.
I'm not smelling it. Okay.
I think we'll wait till we talk about.
Yeah,
this
if
week's game.
it's like a weird close game and the Giants end up having a shot to win, I'm not going to be surprised. But if Green Bay wins by 20, I'm also not going to be
See,
surprised.
that's the thing. It's either gonna be a really close.
Yeah, this is not a game
where-
that I want to have anything to do with my money being around.
And if it's like a 9-6 game, I'm gonna be so nasty. That's disgusting.
I think
I don't think that's going to happen. Green Bay's defense has had a huge decline since the beginning of the season, and the
Yeah.
Giants don't have a defense.
I'm saying they could easily do what they did to the Raiders.
the over in this game.
The Giants game.
What's the
What
total?
is it?
1 second.
If it's like 30 something.
No way. It's like
No.
40, 45 probably. 45 and a half.
Oh. No, I don't
Over.
I don't like it. Nope.
You think under?
Under.
I don't know what I think.
No, this game smells. I don't want to talk
No,
about
fuck this game.
I don't want to talk about this game anymore. This game stinks.
Let's see. Last week there also was Cleveland.
Yeah, I was going to say we
Running
could talk
over
about this
Miami.
Miami game.
There's not really much to talk about. Jarvis just got mad, and Odell finally caught something.
And here's the thing.
And
That's
Miami
what
didn't
Cleveland
cover.
should have looked like all year long.
Yeah.
And they did it against Miami. And Miami was one touchdown away from getting that backdoor cover for me.
It would have been 34-41. Wow.
Yeah.
Or 31-41. It was 10
It was
and a
10
half.
and a half.
That's crazy.
But, I mean,
The
Cleveland.
first half, they just took it to them.
Yeah. And then Miami kind of came back in the second half. I was rooting for
During
Miami.
garbage time, Tannehill was getting, like, really happy. He was like, yes, that's... It was his birthday, too.
Wait, who?
Did I say Tannehill?
Yeah.
Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
Oh,
Patrick.
I was like, wait, what?
It was his, like, 37th birthday, and he was so happy. I think he ran in a touchdown, too. He was like,
He did, dude. He looked
Yeah, he
so
did.
old doing that, though. But he wanted it so bad. I was happy for him.
Good for Fitzpatrick.
Are you talking about the Steelers and Bengals game? 'Cause
No,
that was
we're not talking
No,
about
that
that.
was a little bit interesting though. They benched Mason Rudolph,
I've been saying bench Mason Rudolph, and no one wants to listen to me.
Yeah, we got
but
Duck
wasn't
in
it
there.
like 7-3?
Yeah.
And they benched.
they were
Mason
losing.
Rudolph.
Their offense can't move the ball with Mason Rudolph on the field. Can't do it.
And then they bring in what's his
Duck
name?
Hodges. He's going to start this
And he lit
weekend.
it up. He threw that touchdown pass to Washington.
Because he actually throws the ball down the field. Mason Rudolph is like Chad Pennington, but minus 20% arm strength. That's what he is.
minus 20 arm strength.
Dude, it's just so painful to watch him. I don't want to watch any Steelers game if he's the quarterback.
All right, so let's talk about the Saints and Panthers game because
That was a great game.
everything about that game said the Saints were going to win by 30. And then the Panthers came back in the second half and made
Well,
it
the
a
weird
game.
part was the Saints went up, 17-0, and you thought they were going to blow the doors off them.
Yes.
And then Carolina just hung around. The thing that turned the whole game was right at the end of the first half. Carolina, was at third down, 3rd and 15 or something. They didn't get it. And then one of the Saints defenders tried punching Kyle Allen in the face while he tackled him.
Yes, he was like, it was Cam Jordan.
Yeah, somewhat.
He tried to punch the ball out,
And then he,
but
punched.
it was after the whistle.
So obviously he got a foul for it, and then the drive extended, and then they ended up scoring the touchdown, the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, I agree with you that was the turning point. You can't do stuff like that.
Yeah, because then if you get the ball back 17-3, maybe you put more points on the board, and then the game's
right
over.
before the half.
Yeah.
too. Like, say they get a touchdown and it's 24-3.
It's just it's unfortunate that happened.
Yeah.
So, but
And then
the Saints are lucky they won that game.
Kyle Allen had a pretty good game, too. 256, 3 touchdowns.
DJ Moore had a very good game.
Yeah, 126 and 2
and the
touchdowns.
Panthers were one field goal miss away from going into overtime. Probably
Their kicker played so bad.
Joey Sly.
Yeah,
Yeah, and there was some controversy there where the guy hopped over the center.
I think he touched him, didn't he?
I forget. I thought it looked like he did, but they took a look at it. So I don't know.
There's always fishy stuff at the end. It's whatever they decide they want.
I was surprised that I went the Saints' way because it seems like every single call is going to go against the Saints
For the rest of time.
for the rest of time. It's just they're cursed at this point.
It's so crazy.
Michael Thomas had, just yet again.
Michael Thomas is the best receiver
It's every
in the league.
week.
He's so good.
Every week, it's 100 plus and a touchdown.
All right, I think we should start talking about our Thanksgiving Day games.
Whoa. What about Monday night?
Did we talk? I thought we talked about the Ravens, didn't we?
We talked about the Ravens, but we didn't
We
talk
did.
about the Rams.
I mean, the Rams it's over.
that
it's just
division's too
over.
good at this point. The NFC is too good.
And the
Um,
Rams are
little
going to be
hope.
bad
That
for
was a
3
must-win
years.
game for them if they wanted to get in the playoffs.
I'm
Yeah, what do
watching
we-
that game. I felt like Jared Goff and Todd Gurley aged like 30
20
years in
years,
the
yeah.
offseason.
And they're stuck with them. We talked about this
Yep.
earlier. They're paying Todd Gurley. They're paying Jared Goff
And
all
they
that
have no
money.
pitch for 3 years.
They're going to pay Jalen Ramsey. They have no room to add any more pieces. And they
And they're
don't
paying
have a
Aaron
pick.
Donald.
They don't
Yeah.
have a first-round pick in 3 years.
Their offensive line is pretty bad. Todd Gurley's 100 years old. It's just not a good situation.
Yeah. And moving into a new stadium and everything,
No one's gonna want to pay for
like,
season
they're
tickets or
in
anything.
a crisis
Mhm.
because they thought when they went to the Super Bowl, they were like, "Oh, we have
have it.
something.
We
We
have
have
it."
something here, and we're gonna be able to sell tickets." This year just ruined all of that because all the money and somebody said that it was supposed to be $1 billion stadium, got bumped up to $6 billion, and that's more than like the Jaguars, Philly, and some other stadium combined.
Jeez,
I'm like, dude,
they screwed up.
they screwed
And they're in
up.
LA. No one wants to go see a bad team.
They are just
They'll go
throwing
watch-
money into
They'll
the
go
fire.
watch the Lakers. They'll
Exactly.
watch a good team.
Yeah, now that the Lakers are in town, now that LeBron is in town, like that's all people care about now.
All right.
Chargers are bad, Rams are bad, whatever. Oakland's going to Vegas.
Yeah, you got your playoff teams in LA. Lakers, Clippers, Dodgers are in the mix every
and
year.
on the flip side of that, Oakland is gonna get really good in the next few years, and they're moving to Vegas, and they're gonna absolutely
They're gonna
blow
light it
out that
up.
market.
Yeah.
With Vegas, with the Golden Knights doing what they're doing, they're a good team. They're gonna get the playoffs this year. Then they're gonna have Oakland in there. They're looking to get an NBA team, but who knows how many years we
That'll
are
be
away from that.
interesting.
They're gonna dominate the market out west.
And everyone's gonna want to go to the games too. Like if you're sitting there betting on them, like obviously you want to go see your team play live. Like that's way more fun.
Because then imagine in the future, right? That'll probably be after LeBron is gone, but who knows how long LeBron's gonna play for. Then you get an NBA team in Vegas.
Yeah,
what
they're gonna
NBA
build up that sports culture?
With all their money that they have out in Vegas? What player's not gonna want to go to Vegas and play?
Oh yeah.
They're gonna draw in some big guys, and they're gonna dominate.
They made a good move.
Yeah.
All right, Thursday, 12:30, Chicago Bears -4 against Detroit. Not going to be a fun game to watch.
Thank
No.
God that game's on first.
Matt Stafford and Jeff Driscoll are hurt. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Wait, are you
Jeff Driscoll's hurt.
really?
Yes. He's questionable.
Do they have a quarterback?
I don't know.
The under's free money.
Hold on, let me look at this total first.
38.
30. Oh,
Trubisky can't
Yeah.
throw. Like that game's going to be like 17
yeah. I was gonna say 17 to
3. Like that's going to be such a bad game. It's going
Oh,
to be
man.
punt after punt.
I think Scarborough has a big game.
Yeah.
10. Bo Scarborough.
Bro, Scarborough. He's looked good. And now if they don't have a quarterback, they're just going to be handing him the ball.
I would take Detroit and I would take the under, and that sounds gross, but that's what I would do.
See, I don't want to take Detroit if they don't have a quarterback. I don't even want to pick anybody.
I can't bet on Mitchell Trubisky. I'm at that point.
No, I agree with you. I would.
I,
say Detroit
it's
+4.
it's bad when you'd rather pick on a no-name,
I'll take
an
whoever.
unknown
I
variable.
will take third-string Detroit Lions quarterback over Mitchell Trubisky any day of the week.
Honestly, I'm with you there. I'm with you.
There's
Round
our
of
first
De-
round of the week.
Round of Detroit.
Oh,
Round of Detroit.
Oh,
this
God.
one we should have disagreements on. Buffalo and Dallas.
Is it 6.5?
It's 6.5, and I'm taking Buffalo.
Nolan's taking Buffalo.
I hate to agree with Antonio, but
Let's go.
I'm taking Buffalo
I'm taking Dallas in a bounce back game. It's Thanksgiving. They're gonna look good.
because I think here's the thing that Dallas might play for Jason Garrett's job, so they might be a little extra fired
Like
up.
you can just see Zeke in the end zone after 2 touchdowns and it's 14-0.
The Salvation Army pot.
Like something they just want to have such a good game.
Ah, man, dude, this is a tough one because Buffalo looks good, but we haven't really seen them play.
Yeah, Jeff Driscoll looked great when he played Dallas's defense, and Buffalo's offense is starting to give us a little kick here within the past 3-4 weeks.
If you want to put your trust in Josh Allen, be my guest.
He's had multiple touchdowns
That's
every
all I'm
game
saying
for the
is
past 6 weeks.
Be my guest. See how it turns out.
Ah, man, I mean, this has the potential to be a really good game, though. This might be the one
Josh
game.
Allen hasn't been turning the ball over lately either, so that's another thing we can throw out there.
So obviously Buffalo's your pick, and Nolan's
The
taking
stinker,
Buffalo.
the stinker on Thursday night, though.
Yeah, New Orleans is gonna kill Atlanta.
I know Atlanta beat them last time, but
Yeah,
don't fall
and
for the
that's
trap.
exactly why the Saints are going to win by 52.
Oh my God, the Saints want to cream them, dude.
Yeah,
The Saints want to just do everything nasty to them.
they're gonna be able to do whatever they want. If they want to throw a Michael Thomas, they'll throw in a Michael
Saints
Thomas.
-7. That's a
Michael
joke.
Thomas
If they
might
want-
have
That's an
300 yards.
absolute joke of a line.
If they want to throw to Alvin Kamara, they're gonna throw to Alvin Kamara. If they want Drew Brees to run for 50 yards, Drew Brees is gonna run for 50 yards. Like that Atlanta defense is so putrid, it's unbelievable.
The
over-under
fact
total
that they
is
were favored
48,
by
the
4.5.
Saints might score 50.
Yeah,
The fact that they were favored 4.5 last week was incredible.
joke.
Like, I really should have came out of like sports betting retirement to bet on that game because that would have been the freest money.
I don't like the next line that I just saw.
What was it?
It's Bengals down to +3 against the Jets. And
The Bengals are winning that game.
and Andy Dalton's back.
Andy Dalton and AJ Green.
AJ Green's back.
Battle of ginger quarterbacks.
AJ Green's back.
I think so.
It's over. The Bengals won that game.
Andy versus Sam.
AJ Green's
If
questionable.
AJ Green plays, the Bengals are winning. That's
Hold
my.
on, let me get a deep dive here because I thought I saw yesterday that he was playing.
He's
That
still
would be
questionable.
All right,
I haven't seen much news on him.
My pick is the Bengals.
He's considered day to day.
He's been day to day for like the past
6 weeks.
Yeah. Every time I look at him sitting in one of my lineups, it says questionable, and I have hope that he's going to come back this week. Then every Sunday it just says AJ Green has been ruled out for today. So
I don't know if he
that
comes
plays.
back. It's Cincinnati's winning.
Yep.
I still
You're taking the Jets?
no fuck the Jets.
Oh.
Round
the Bengals.
Yeah, looking at this schedule that they have, the Bengals do play the Dolphins, but they don't want that 0-16 stain on their franchise for the rest of history. So this is a good week for them to try and get a win, and I like the Bengals.
Round of Bengals +3.
Round of Bengals, dude.
That should
This
be
might be the
interesting.
free money week, the free money pick of the week, though.
No, they might get shit on.
They either are getting slaughtered or win the jam. That's what's going to happen. Philly -10 in Miami. You love Miami in this jam.
I love Miami, but give me Philly.
Yeah, he's hopping
Ooh.
off. I'm on Philly too.
Yeah, Miami's just trying to get to the end of the season.
Yeah, I don't. Here's the thing. I don't know. 10 points might be too much, just based on what Philly has done the past few weeks. Like they haven't been able to score
but
any points.
Also, their offense has been so bad. This could be a week where
It just explodes.
they see a chance to explode and ride off of that for the rest of the season.
Zach Ertz all the way.
Tennessee +2.5 at Indy, down from 3.5. Give me the Tennessee Titans. Ryan Tannehill is going to lead them to a victory this week.
See, I'm going opposite of you.
I'm not surprised.
Indianapolis is winning this game,
I
and
like
they're
the
winning by
Colts.
20 points.
Now, I don't know about 20 points, but I do like the Colts to cover in this game and, of course, win.
The Colts are pissed after losing to Houston, and they do not want
And
to.
Miami,
They do not want to go below Tennessee.
We will see Sunday, but you'll be hearing that game later in a
Oh man,
little bit.
don't do it, Sal. All right,
Carolina -10 at home against Washington. That's a gross game.
that's a gross game. I don't.
I don't like that line.
Give me the
either.
Panthers, dude. No.
Give me Washington.
I like
No. McCaffrey's way too good.
I don't know. I want Washington.
Carolina
that game.
has
You
been
want
the
Washington?
farthest thing from consistent.
Plus
within the
10? Why
past
not?
4
I'll take the
weeks.
10 points.
All right, I'm taking the Panthers though. I don't think Redskins have a shot at covering.
Stinker line of the week: Green Bay -6.5 at the Giants.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier, but no.
The over
Green Bay should win by 30.
and the Giants are my picks, and I'm holding my nose as I say that.
Do you think they cover or do you think they win?
They don't win; they cover.
No, I don't like that. But like a part of me is like, wow, that could easily happen.
They're gonna be down like 10, and then.
But I feel like
Yeah,
that's
you
just an
said four.
overreaction to
Yeah.
last week. I feel like that's just an overreaction to the San Fran game. So I think Green Bay wins by 30.
I like Green Bay too. I'll take their.
Doesn't Green Bay have a bad run defense? Saquon could go nuts probably.
But when they're going to be down by 20, they're not going to be running to Saquon.
You never know how the game's like. If they score a touchdown on the opening drive, like anything could happen. Give me the Giants.
All right.
Cleveland -2 at Pittsburgh.
That's sticky. I think Pittsburgh wins.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I do too.
Give me Cleveland. They're on a roll.
Oh, okay. All right.
Tampa Bay -1 at Jacksonville.
Mine says even.
All right, we'll say pick.
Back to our Bucks.
Give me the Bucks.
Yeah, give me the Bucks.
Give me the Bucks.
No.
Give me
let's
the
do it.
Bucks.
Let's
Let's
go.
do it. Let's do it. Let's ride the train.
We love the Bucks.
We love the Bucks. Dude, the Jaguars.
Jaguars just haven't done anything for me this year.
In the beginning of the season, everyone was like, Jaguars.
Yeah, now they've lost 3 straight.
I'm saving
So.
this game, so we're gonna go LA -3 at Arizona. The easy thing to do is say Arizona, but I think LA wins by more than 3.
Me too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
take the
too
Rams
little
there.
points. A part of me wants to take Arizona. Because they're coming off a bye, right?
Yeah, and that's not
And
a
they're at
bad
home.
pick whatsoever because we've seen
against a broken Rams team.
divisional teams go down to Arizona and they tend to struggle.
Same thing with
there.
Tennessee.
I still have to take LA.
They're the NFC version of Tennessee. You know what?
No,
Not
fuck,
to the not
no,
to
fuck
that
you guys.
extreme though.
Fuck you guys.
Arizona.
I'm taking. Yes, let's go.
You have no.
Arizona's
Fuck
winning.
Jared Goff. Fuck Jared Goff. He's just Blake Bortles.
I would never bet on Jared Goff.
Then they should put Blake Bortles in because he's on that team.
Literally, it wouldn't make a difference.
Yeah, why not? But LA would go shit crazy because they paid Jared Goff $100 million over 4 years. Something like that.
Like some of these games, like what is the point of the Chargers playing Denver right now? -3 Chargers. I mean, I just give me the chart. No, I don't want.
It's in Denver though.
Give me the Chargers.
I did look at when I was looking at this yesterday. I looked at the weather in Denver. It's gonna be cold, but it's gonna be sunny.
Derwin James is gonna be back, so give me LA.
My
Man,
gut
that's a tough
wants
one.
me to take the Chargers, but I like Denver. I want to take Denver, so I'm gonna take Denver.
All right, Nolan.
No, give me the Chargers. I'm done being good with or having the same pick as Antonio. I'm done with it.
Nolan's favorite game of the week, I think. Oakland +10.
Yes. Yes. Give me Oakland.
I don't know. This
Sal, this might be the end.
Gimme.
Kansas City. Yeah, I don't know. The Oakland has such a bad secondary, and it's in Arrowhead. Like, it could be really bad for Oakland this week.
Listen. Give me Oakland. Give me Oakland. Gimme. Oakland has had this game marked on their calendar since they lost to him before.
Do you think they're gonna win?
Yes.
Oh
Wow. Okay.
I think it's going to be a very close game. Like, this is going to be the game of the week. And I think Oakland wins by 3.
I respect the take. I just think it's gonna be.
Dude, I have very much belief in Oakland right now.
My pick is Kansas City -10.
I think too, even if Oakland doesn't win, they're definitely going to cover because that's just an overreaction to them losing to the Jets by that much. So
We will see on Sunday.
give me Oakland.
All right.
And if anyone's used to being on the road that long, it's Oakland. Like if anyone's used to going to New York and then going to Kansas City a week later, it's Oakland because they went to London and then went to they spent like 40 something days on the road. So give me Oakland.
Antonio.
Chiefs.
All right. New England at Houston Sunday night -3.5. New England.
This is a really good game.
It's such a coaching mismatch. Like
Yeah, it's gonna end up being like Dallas but
it
it's
could
in
be.
Houston.
It literally could be like a 3-point game, but give me New England.
I was gonna say I like the Pats by 10.
Really?
Yeah.
See, but here's the thing though. This is like almost the exact same thing as the Dallas game if the Dallas game was in Dallas.
It's going to be interesting. They don't do well against people like Deshaun Watson or Lamar Jackson that can really like get out and run. So it's going to be interesting to see.
And I think Bill tests some of his tactics that he might use against Lamar against Deshaun.
I could see that. Give me Patriots, but
and we saw the Ravens defense swallow up Deshaun. So I don't know. We'll see. I pick the Patriots. They do not want to.
Yeah, we got the Pats over here.
Pats.
They do not want the Ravens to catch them.
A rematch of last year's Monday night game, I think it was Sunday night. Minnesota at Seattle. Kirk Cousins in prime time, never fails.
Seattle.
Yeah, Minnesota at Seattle.
Seattle.
Give me Seattle.
Seattle.
Kirk Cousins is screaming at me, dude. Does he want to win this one?
No, Sal, he doesn't.
Dude, Seattle loves playing in prime time.
Seattle is winning this game by 30.
All right, Seattle.
Seattle
My
is.
gut is screaming at me Minnesota, but I have to take Seattle out of principle.
Here's the thing:
I'm
all
not
those
taking
teams,
Cousins in primetime. I don't care about that one game against the Cowboys.
all these teams in the NFC that are 9-2, they want to stay in that race. That none of them want to fall behind, and the Vikings are looking to catch them.
Like, what are we thinking here? Kirk Cousins and Russell Wilson.
But why is the line only 3 then?
I couldn't tell you. I just know who's way better, and that's Seattle.
Fuck you guys. I'm switching my pick. Minnesota, Kirk Cousins. I believe. I'm riding with Kirk this week.
That sucks.
I'm riding
That
with
sucks,
Kirk.
Sal. That sucks, dude.
+3 money line. Give me both.
So you think Minnesota goes
Minnesota's
into Seattle
winning.
and wins?
Minnesota's winning this game.
Nope.
Yes.
I hope that's in your pick 3. I really do.
I'm not putting it in my pick 3, but that's what I'm saying. That's my pick for
So
this.
if you're riding or dying, put it in your pick 3 then.
I don't have to. No, because I'm not. I'm not that confident. But I'm saying they're winning this game.
Nope. They're not. They're not winning that game.
I saved one game for the end.
And what was it?
Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore and San Francisco.
Wow. There's a lot to go into in this game.
49ers are free money this week. Put one home on it and get 2 homes. That's
See, last time you said that, whoever was lost.
Okay, so you lost your home. You got to get a mortgage to get your home back. This is the get your house back lock of the millennium. The San Francisco 49ers +6.
Listen, I don't know if they win, but I know San Francisco covers. I think they're going to be able to contain Lamar better than any team we've seen.
Their defensive line is
yes,
too
their
good.
defensive line is so good, especially on the edge. They're going to keep them in there way longer than the other teams have.
6 is too many points.
I think this is going to be a low-scoring game.
4.5 was the original line, and that was
What
closer
time,
to what
what
it's gonna
time
be.
is this game?
1.
It's a 1 o'clock game. When it comes,
And 1 o'clock games love being close.
I love the under in this game. I think winning team will be in the low 20s, losing team in the
2017, 21.
Yeah, honestly,
21.
like a 23 to 17 around that range.
It's gonna be raining in Baltimore on Sunday. Give me Baltimore.
All right.
Baltimore, dude. Nah, they're just too good, and they want to stay with the Patriots. They want home field advantage, and they know how important
Baltimore
it is.
can win this game. That's
Oh, yeah.
not what I'm
Oh,
arguing.
so you don't think San
I still
Fran
think
wins?
San Francisco can win this game, but my whole premise is I think San Francisco can win, but if they lose, they still have a 6-point window to lose by. They're not losing
That
by
defense,
six.
yeah, the
They're not
defense is
losing by
way
7.
too good.
To just get
I know.
thrashed.
I think if it was, I don't know, if it was more, because I don't like the fact that it's 6. Because they could easily win by 7. They could easily win by a touchdown. Both teams love scoring touchdowns.
You have a great point. They could easily win by a touchdown, but having the 6-point cushion, plus they could.
Okay, so this is going back on your thing about teams traveling east to play.
Okay, I still believe in San Francisco in this spot because they're out to prove that Baltimore's not like the hot now team.
So it doesn't matter.
I'm saying in this spot it doesn't matter.
Okay. So I just disagree with both of you. Baltimore's way too good. They're riding way too high. They do not want to lose ground to the Patriots. They're going to come out and win by 30, just like they've done for the past 2 weeks.
We will see.
Oh, man. Lamar Jackson is going to whip his cock out.
Put in your pick 3.
It might be in my pick 3. You don't know.
Antonio's going first because he's the worst.
All right,
You're
I
the
went
worst
1 and
league.
2 again last week.
Yeah.
Could have been 2 and 1, but the Saints decided not to cover. As it is every week, the Bucks are going to be in my pick 3.
Okay.
I am very, very confident
Name the line.
in San
What is it?
Francisco this weekend.
Name the spread. What is it?
Oh, for Tampa Bay, Jacksonville?
Mm-hmm.
Either +1 or...
We're saying it's a pick.
Yeah.
Okay,
go
so
with
it's a pick.
You're taking San Francisco in your
Yeah,
pick 3?
I'm taking San Francisco in my pick 3.
God.
+6. And then my other one, I love Kansas City -10.
Thank God we don't have any of the same.
So you're going Oakland +10. You're
Oakland
going first.
+10.
Okay, that's 1.
Give me Oakland. Oakland's winning this game. I don't care what you guys say. Oakland. Oh my God. I believe in Oakland. All right. Seattle -3
Okay.
against Philly. Or who is it?
No,
Minnesota. -3 against Minnesota. They're winning that game by way more than 3.
I like that.
Buffalo +6.5 against Dallas. I don't know.
Let's go.
I'm not that confident. I'm not that confident that they win that game, but they're definitely covering that game.
Nobody circles the wagons
Like the Buffalo Bills.
And this time they have a chance to show that they can do it, not in Buffalo.
All right, Mr. Skian. I'm going with San Francisco +6.
Okay.
Lock of the Millennium. I'm going with Tennessee plus 2.5. Ryan Tannehill is going to lead them to victory. I am going with number 3. Oh my goodness, I don't know. I'm debating between 2 right now.
Oakland.
KC.
The beat drops. All right,
I think he wants to take Kansas City, but he knows they're in my pick 3.
I'm not taking Kansas City. I am taking the. All right, I've decided. The Saints -7.
Okay. Wow, dude.
It was between that and the Giants. I just have a weird feeling.
No. Stay away from that game.
No, I have a weird feeling about that Giants game. Like Aaron Rodgers.
So don't bet it.
I'm not even saying like something weird happens to Aaron Rodgers. Like
that's
he gets knocked out for like a half or something.
That's the spooky game of the week. Is that Packers?
I just
Giants
don't get
game.
that line. The line is what is affecting me, right? Like
it's
why
screaming
it
trap.
should be Green Bay -10 or Green Bay minus like 9.5.
When you look at some of the other ones,
why is it 6.5?
Because they're overreacting to their loss to San Francisco. Like they lost by a lot, but it was to San Francisco.
Okay, but
they're
they're
playing
also
the
playing
Giants.
the Giants. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm
why
saying.
Is it 6.5?
I don't know. It's scary.
That's the problem.
Because it's just like what Tampa Bay was plus 4.5 last week. Like Tampa Bay should have been minus 4.5 at least. They shouldn't nobody should have had the Falcons favored.
Fuck that. The Saints are going to destroy Atlanta this week.
Oh yeah,
they're going to destroy them. All right, I think we're good.
I think we're good. A lot of interesting talk there, guys. We
Happy
disagree on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
We disagree on a lot of stuff, but we also agree on a lot of stuff. So
it always goes.
Something always goes one way or the other. So we'll see next week what happens. Happy Thanksgiving. Everybody enjoy their turkey. We're out.
Peace.